Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought.
I can tell you that 7 years after Freddie Gray, that was 2015, spring, April, May. This is 2022. Communities like Sandtown, all we saw then and now in terms of investment was a renovated Western District Police Station and a new funeral home. That's what West Baltimore got. A new police station and a new funeral home. What kind of optics are they? Was Freddie Gray any different than 1968 Baltimore riots? Dr. King's passing, killing, murder? This is the same?
No, it wasn't. I mean, I think, well, first of all, people who are being violent and burning, that's, you know, all that's the same. But the point is what was the cause and what were they attempting to register?
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
I love you.
They deserve it now. It's
Got next. And I'll be up.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
Good morning. First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. I hope that you're doing well out there. Personally, I'm just glad to be in the land of the living. So we should say thank you, Lord, for another day. Thank you for keeping all hurt, harm, and danger away from our doors as we slumber through the night. No, I ain't no preacher. But my daddy said, always thank the Lord. And he was right about most things. Me and my father did disagree on Africa. A huge disagreement. We did not see that the same way. See, I see Africa as the future. I see Africa as obviously our history, but I see potential there. 54 countries. So much can happen. Even more can happen. Especially if we as a people can minimize the stereotypes, because that's what we seem to be dealing with. We're African American. Our ancestors come from Africa, but how many of us actually know anything about Africa? Some people think you can drive to Africa. You cannot drive to Africa from North America because it's on a different continent. You cannot drive there. You have to get on a plane or a ship. Have you been to Africa? Would you go? And if so, where would you go? I've been to 2 countries there. And as long as we flew over the Sahara Desert, I think I could technically add in 3 countries. We flew over the Sahara Desert for 3 hours. I loved it. I was amazed that a desert could be that big. That's like the distance, or that's like the time it takes to drive from Baltimore to New York, but you flying over all desert. You look down, it's just nothing but sand. That's fascinating to me. I would not want to be caught out in the Sahara without a Range Rover and a backup Range Rover and a camel and a horse. We getting through this desert. How many of us know about Africa? How many of us know what the continent has undergone? We know what happened when we got plucked, or our ancestors got plucked. Many of our ancestors thrown in the hull of a ship as cargo, ending up all over the world. This was after a time when Africans were dominating, at least in the Iberian Peninsula, Portugal, Spain. That's really another question. How many of us know geography? Did you pass geography? Do you know how many continents there are? How many oceans? Remember that class? The Atlantic, the Pacific, the Antarctic, the Arctic, the Indian Ocean. How many of us know? How many of us use a map? Can we get from A to B without the GPS? Do we know where we are going? I would like to go back to Africa. I need to go to Egypt because I need a picture in front of them pyramids. And I would like to see Botswana. Botswana has the largest diamond reserves in the world, or at least in Africa. My father and I disagreed about Africa because I saw the potential, and all he saw was insanity. People doing the same thing and expecting a different result. This is one thing we can be sure of. If somebody else is counting your money, then you don't know how much money you got. If a colonial power is all up in your country, see, that's what they went through in Africa while we got put in the hull of a slave ship and shipped all over the world, Europe, South America, North America. On the home front, some of the same people who betrayed us, good morning, Michael Haney, some of the same people who betrayed us, their ancestors are now back on the continent dealing with mayhem in the home front. The European is now up in their house. It was all fun and games when they could trade us. But what they didn't realize was they were facing an insidious enemy who wanted their home front too, and all of the natural resources in the land. And so they carved up Africa like a pizza. All of these European powers, Spain, Portugal, them Belgians, they carved up Africa. This is mine, this is Germany's, this is Spain's, this is England, this is France. And they just start slicing and dicing like bruschetta. That's what they did to Africa. They made Africa into a bruschetta. And in these various places where you had strong African leaders, they start paying people off. Hey, boy, take his package, take his, and don't say nothing. There's a lot of corruption. I read something over the weekend that said if you want to organize, the best way to organize, don't laugh. They said the best way to organize your stuff, throw it away. There's a lot of truth to that. I'm looking at a stack of papers right now. Throw it away, Donnie. Throw it away. Today's trash day. Throw it away. Get yourself a box of them heavy-duty black trash bags. Get rid of stuff. But Africa, every country has something unique in the ground. Everything it takes to make cell phones, cobalt. All of these things come out of the ground in Africa. Oh, that's a loaded question, Michael Randolph. You ain't putting me out there. I don't know enough about Kanye. I know when you see a black man with a T-shirt on that says White Lives Matter, you know you're dealing with a special case. Now, just yesterday, Michael, Catalina Bird and I were talking about it. And Catalina gave me a different perspective that you're not going to hear anywhere else. I'm on the air, Mr. Frazier. Kanye's a genius. Now, I don't know all of the bits and pieces, but the latest I heard was that he was going after the Jewish record owners, if I'm not mistaken. So what are your thoughts on it? He said he can't be anti-Semitic. I guess I just had to cut this phone off today. He said he can't be anti-Semitic because he is Semitic. No one can argue against that. A lot of us don't even know what a Semite is. I don't know. I know when the Anti-Defamation League is now and down on you. So right now, for real, Kanye has taken on a huge enemy. He says he's in a war that most people won't understand. Catalina Bird agrees. She says she rocks with Ye. I do think the shoes are pretty damn ugly. I don't care how much they cost. Now, I've never been big on wearing slippers outside, slippers for the house. But that's just me. I'm old school. I couldn't imagine wearing flip-flops on the streets of Baltimore. I'm just from North Avenue. How you gonna fight in some flip-flops? That's just not my MO. Got some cute shoes on, somebody whipping your butt. It just didn't gel, it just didn't make sense with the North Avenue mentality. But he's making a lot of money. But he's also, it's kind of like somebody with sticky feet walking across the carpet. Everywhere it goes, some controversy. I don't know enough. If you want to come on here and share your thoughts, I'd love to hear what you think about Mr. Kanye West. You seen me in flip-flops, you's a damn lie. If you saw me on my front steps. You ain't never seen me in the street in no flip-flops. You's a damn lie. Your feet stink. You lie. You don't love Jesus. Michael Haney ain't for this stuff early in the morning. He said he saw me in flip-flops. He's a damn lie. Wear no damn flip-flops. I never liked flip-flops when I was a kid. My mother used to trip in them too often. Those are the days. Mama used to fall up the steps in them damn flip-flops on. No, I ain't ever slippers, no. But the shower shoes is what I'm talking about. No, I can't wear shower shoes in public. Now it's a style with the young men. When you got to go from East Baltimore to West Baltimore, you ain't wearing no damn flip-flops because that's too much territory you got to go through. And then you look there, you got some flip-flop. Try wearing some flip-flops out Cherry Hill on that 51. Not a good look. Okay, anyway, I won't get to this comment. Monica, thank you for joining us today. Let's get it. Here we go. I think Ye wants to get out of certain contracts. See, there we go. Intelligent answer. And this is his way to do it. So there's some genius behind the Ye stuff. I also think media gives him a platform to make the black man look crazy. Yes, no one forces him to say what he says, but they show it. I don't care what he said. I still don't get the White Lives Matter T-shirt. And the chick, what's her name? Candace Owens. I take politics seriously. As a matter of fact, early voting starts tomorrow, and I hope Georgia re-elects Raphael Warnock. I cannot believe a moronic black man named Herschel Walker, who clearly took too many blows to the head, is anywhere near neck and neck with Raphael Warnock. That's a Morehouse man. Okay? There's no comparison. Can Herschel spell Morehouse? Can Herschel spell? And then, I mean, okay, so this man got all kinds of violations and abuse, and you're going to put him in office? I mean, he holding guns to people's heads. Georgia, don't let me down. Don't make me come down there. What your mother tell you? Don't make me come down there. I plan to come down to Atlanta and enjoy, have a nice Black Wall Street. I don't plan to come down there and have no fights over nobody that went over there supporting Herschel Walker for any kind of reason. After all we went through to go in school, when we're going to listen to Herschel. All right, we got more comments on here. Okay, I've repeatedly explained to folks, there's no distinction between blacks and Jews. To say that is brainwashing. And I would 100% agree. We are the original Hebrews. You go pull up the picture of the oldest Bible, and you will see them Hebrews. I've been to Ethiopia. First place I went in Africa, and I was glad to make it to Ethiopia. And let me tell you why. Because Ethiopia is the only country in Africa that fought off the Europeans successfully. Said, get the hell out. Mussolini, the Italians, Italiano, they tried that move up there in Ethiopia. They were up in there for a minute. But them soldiers in Ethiopia, including those women soldiers, were not having any of it. That's why we got to know our history. Ethiopia is the only African country that was never colonized. And some people will tell you, well, Liberia wasn't colonized, but I disagree. Same with Sierra Leone. Ethiopia almost got sacked. Ethiopia is the royalty. Got their own king and queen, going back to people like Haile Selassie. Whole country, Jamaica, reveres Ethiopia. But we don't know enough of our history to understand the relationship. When the queen went to Ethiopia, she bowed down to the king. We got to know our history, because we start thinking, oh, only people in England can be the queen or the king. She need to give all of them African artifacts back to the people in Africa, give them some of that damn money back, or they should go and take their money. But to sit up here and revere this woman who dug up their ancestors, that's never going to happen here, ever. Human trafficker, whether it's the Queen, whether it's Thomas Jefferson, whether it's George Washington, trafficking is trafficking. You selling human beings. And like I said, you got all these damn cooking shows. What you need me to cook your food for? Cook your own damn food. Clean your own damn room. And plant and pick your own damn crops. What I look like? Don't think I'm gonna be your slave, because I got something for you. You gonna be my slave. My parents raised me to do my own damn work. Your parents should have raised you to do your own damn work. Got somebody want to do your work. Oh, funky self. I'm going to tell you something that's not in the news. We're going to get back to Kanye and Africa and the voting. These mass shootings. Is it the new norm? This young man, the most recent one, said he want to be on the list of national shooters. That is not a goal in the black community. We got our SHIT with us, but I can assure you, now I guess we do have another two, like that man said he wanted to be locked up, wanted to burn down his girlfriend's house. But none of us want to fit into that category. There's a loose screw or two here and there, but that's not how we think. But that's where we are. We're in a world where mass shootings, oh my God, a mass shooting, some clown who had too much free time, whose parents weren't checking on them. It's hard to stay up on kids these days. But you know if your kid is crazy, you know if your kid's a nut, you know if your kid got the propensity to shoot 20, 30 people. Now, I was watching the fights that are prevalent in our schools. Create a boxing team. People want to fight, let them fight in the ring. What I don't like is the sucker duck move, banking people. Fight it up if you thorough, but if you're a coon booger, then you ain't got no choice but to bank because you can't fight. You bank because you're scared you're going to get beat up. It's a sucker move. This is what we know. This is what us old heads know about banking people. They will see you again. They might slow walk you for several years, but you will see them again. In Baltimore, if it's tight in Brooklyn and Harlem, I know they're going to catch you in Baltimore. Ask some New Yorkers come down here disrespecting Baltimore. Don't disrespect Baltimore. So, know your African history. Get all of the facts from Kanye before you make a determination. The man is clearly brilliant. Who thought he would become one of the richest black people in the world? And he's making some serious moves. Floyd Mayweather too. I didn't like some of Floyd's commentary years ago, but now I find Floyd, I'm very proud of Floyd. At least what I see from my perch, it seems like he's coaching and mentoring young boxers like Tank to be their own man at a much sooner point in their career than what happened to Floyd, than what happened to Muhammad Ali. Yeah, people in the ring, these promoters ain't did jack. I don't think they should get what they get. Let them put the boxing gloves on. Let them go earn their keep that way. That's what I would like to see some of these promoters fight. Boxing promoters. You know, the ones always in the ring running their damn mouth, wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. I want to see them fight. Because they always got something to say. Don't it remind you junior high school? The instigator can't fight a lick, always in the middle of everything, like a little dog. I like the little dog across the alley, but we got a little dog across the alley, and we hear everything that dog barks. Yeah, so the original Hebrews are African, no question. There's nothing to discuss. And so it's impossible for a black man to be anti-Semite because he is a Semite. Do your history, learn your history. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Quandra Gaines. This man got, look, they doing a show on me Sunday, and I'm real grateful. We will talk about your trip to Ethiopia this Sunday. Well, thank you, Michael Haney. He is a fool, but he is not stupid. Yes, he is. He doesn't seem to be the most articulate. Look like he got some brain damage. So take off stupid, but he certainly isn't intellectually inclined. I've never gotten that, ever. He is not the professor at all, ever. You knew something was wrong with that boy way back then. You knew it was. You knew something was wrong with that boy. Okay. Kenya, I think we should lift him up in prayer. God bless Kanye. We all fall short. We all do. All have sinned and fall short of the glory. We fall short, but God never judged. So why should we? This is just my opinion. Well, Kenya, it's one thing to have an opinion. It's another thing to have media platforms that can reiterate your opinion and magnify, like Fox News. People keep asking me about this legislation, question K. Vote against question K. Why? Because the people that created Fox and Vignaraja and all of these wannabe commentators, they are the ones who are behind question K. If question K came from the people of Baltimore, these people don't even live in Baltimore. Ain't no damn way I'm going to support some legislation not created by locals. I damn sure ain't supporting nothing by the Sinclair, Smith family, the people that own Atlas Group. They the same people that came up with this legislation, this proposal on question K. Do your damn research. No, vote against it. Let somebody with some decency recommend it. Term limits you can argue for or against. But when those people start coming with something, no. Consider it a move by the Klan. Hell no. Now you go back and get somebody that we trust to recommend it. And black leaders who never won an election, they don't count. Because clearly they couldn't even win an election. So why am I going to listen to anything they got to say? At all. So I get a phone call. Let me just jump to it. I get a phone call from Mr. Wayne Frazier. He comes on my page on LinkedIn. Yeah, I'm busting you upside the head, Mr. Frazier, because I'm tired of it. I don't like bullies. I never like bullies. If you ain't got something good to say on somebody's page, what's your mother tell you? She said, shut up. If you ain't got nothing good to say, shut up. I write a little something about some people doing something in business. And every time you look up, Mr. Frazier got some comments. Who the hell asked you? Who died and made you boss, Wayne Frazier? Who? Who makes you the moral authority on anything? What have you done for anybody but yourself? These are the questions inquiring minds want to know. So, Mr. Frazier, if you ever come on my page again, I will split your wig to the white meat again and stay off my damn page. And if you ain't got nothing to say, especially about these young people and their efforts to grow their businesses, then you probably should disconnect your account because we don't want to hear a damn thing you got to say. You're always whining. Stop whining. You come to my events whining. Stop whining. It's a grown man. Act like a man. Next. Please remind him, Michael Haney. See, I ain't another damn bully. Herschel Walker is retarded. I'm sorry, he's a fool. Yeah, okay, we got to that one. Okay, we did that one. Good morning. Good morning. And okay, new stuff. Former Black American slaves. Yeah. Liberia's a damn colony. It was colonized. Because former Black American slaves, just think about that whole, they still slaves. How do you think it worked, Carl, when them African Americans go back to Africa? People making that was no easy transition. Yeah, you trying to get up out of America. Some people were. James Fortin out of Philadelphia, black millionaire during the Revolutionary War, he refused to go back to Africa because he figured he's there and he gonna do his thing here. His son didn't feel that way. So Africa, Liberia, West Africa, Americans sent ex-slaves to Liberia. England sent ex-slaves to Sierra Leone, right down the west coast of Africa. It's still a damn colony. It ain't like they've really founded it. They're getting about a slavery and they haul tailing and this is our land. Okay, there's a difference. there was some negotiating. They ain't fight for it. Ethiopia fought for theirs, okay? That's the only way you have anything. You got to fight for it. Now you negotiated something, okay, all right, fine. If y'all want to say that. But they wasn't guffing like over in Ethiopia. They were guffing, and the women were fighting too. That's what I'm saying. If I'm wrong, come with your facts. They got us with divide and conquer. That's how they got us, with divide and conquer. They come over here to West Baltimore, pay some people, and say, them people over in East Baltimore talking about you. They said, your mother ain't no damn good. That's how I would start. You know how I did. And then they go over to East Baltimore and say, you know them cats up Poplar Grove said they will bust your head anytime you come through here. That's what happened. Divide and conquer. Time to play the same games back on them people. Divide and conquer them. But that's the thing. Black people don't want to conquer nobody per se. Other people saying, this is mine. This is mine. This is my land. God gave this. That's that retarded thing going on in America. And much of the world. This is mine. No, it's not. It never was. I don't care what rules, what laws you got. You ain't creating nothing. Now, don't mean you ain't got to protect your borders. I mean, look at the cocaine coming through Mexico, through Canada. A lot of drugs come through. A lot of people turn their head to the drugs because they're getting money to pay for their private school tuition. They're not going to say anything until it's their daughter or son who is OD'd on the fentanyl that they allowed to come through. Karma's real. Watch what you do to get your money. This man is on the cusp of being elected a U.S. Senator. Okay, he's still an idiot. We're talking about Herschel Walker on the cusp. You give a really, pretty description for a lunatic. Well, you come on here and debate it. Question K was not devised. See, let me tell you something. Why are you going to let your enemy tell you what to do? Michael Haney, don't you have any more common sense than are you really going to let the Smith family tell you who to vote for and you going to justify it in your own mind? Come on, bruh. So the Klans say y'all need term limits. That's exactly what it is. Never even came up, and the only people supporting it are people who never won office. Let me tell you what Question K is like. Question K is like, Question K, this phone is really blowing up today. Question K is like having the Klan think for you. I don't need the Klan to think for me. If someone else came up with the concept of term limits, I'm fine with it. But they're coming and telling you that you've been slamming on this 10-foot rim for 50 years, but now they're going to raise it up to 11 feet. You know why? Why? Did you think that maybe it doesn't benefit the conservative right-wingers? Could that be it? Could it be that they're trying to narrow the ground that you stand on? Certainly, they wouldn't be wishing for our removal. Look at the way that Fox reports the news every day. There's no way I could be a reporter at Fox. They say nothing good about black people. I don't want money that badly that I'm going to say anything for a damn paycheck. And that's exactly what's happening at Fox. And then for these same clearly racists to tell me who to vote for, man, you can keep your interview because I can interview myself. Fox is the damn devil. Question K is not for your benefit. Wake up and smell a Maxwell house. Professor Larry Gibson told you. Mike always want to challenge somebody. Mike, you are hospitality. You want to stick to food and beverage, quote unquote Jay-Z. Ain't trying to be like Sam Rothstein. I'm not a rapper. Michael Haney, stick to hotels, food and beverage. Stick to catering. If you're going to play politics, it is not checkers. It is not chess. It's poker. We've been playing checkers and they've been playing poker. No wonder we've been losing. And that's why I support Wes Moore for governor. Who would have thunk it? A black president, now a black governor. And thank God Cox's plane is not getting off the ground in a 2-1 Democratic state. I haven't seen any Anthony Brown commercials. Seen a lot of Brooke Learman commercials. Clearly, Brooke Learman want to be governor. That is very clear. I'll be governor. Pump your brakes, Waldy. No, I ain't gonna fire. Michael Haney is just dead wrong. Look it up. Sierra Leone, Lion Mountain. Leone, Lion. Sierra Mountain, Lion Mountain. I did go on Fox, and I would do it again. I ain't no fool. I took recognition. I took exposure. Recognition, exposure. They were the only ones that gave Black Wall Street some awards, some rhythm. No, Michael Haney, you too late. Nobody got time for you and your chicanery. Yes, I did. I did go on the Fox and promote. They covered our Black Wall Street Awards. Yes, they did. I think they covered it twice. Very grateful for that. Yes, I am. But that don't mean that you can tell me what to think. We got to stop. You know, there's a line in Kendrick Lamar's The Heart Part 5. He says, we've been trained to accept whatever follows. Some of the trauma that's been happening to us in our 500 years or so in America, he said, we've been trained to accept whatever follows. Like J6. Ain't no way them people should not have been locked up and put in a black site right away. You storm the Capitol. Constitution goes out the window. Patriot Act. Black site. Black site. That's an unknown location where they just leave you. You storm the Capitol. That's treason. You want to get serious about something? Hold them people accountable for storming the Capitol, for killing Capitol building guards. January 6th, remember that? These are the same people telling you you need term limits. Wait a minute, you can't even keep your room clean, but you won't come over here and tell me who to vote for. That's not happening. Yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Michael Haney, you ought to stop hating, Michael Haney. No, thank you. Ain't nothing to talk about. Question K is an idiotic move put forth by the Klan, and if you want to support it, knock yourself out. But I warned you against Question P way back when Sheila was the mayor. Went from 3-member districts to single-member districts. I said, don't do it. Don't do it. It led to 9% reduction in black representation in the city of Baltimore. Councilwoman Lisa Stanza was the first one off the council after that Question P. I remember Mitch Klein from Acorn. Oh, pushing stuff down our throat. This is a man that was horrible in personal hygiene. How can somebody horrible in personal hygiene be suggesting to anyone what they should be doing? Think. Port Covington. What did we benefit? I heard what they said. What did we benefit? Looks empty as hell down there to me. Other than somebody giving a disco. That's our problem. We want to party too damn much. We always want to go to a party, a happy hour. Meanwhile, our kids cannot spell, cannot read, cannot write. But we up at the party, everybody in the club getting tipsy. Everybody in the club getting tipsy. Meanwhile, our children are illiterate. It's 2022. Why are we having some of these same conversations? Your child don't want to act right, they're going to get in trouble. They might get locked up. Break law, going to jail. Let me tell you something else. I asked the mayor, right now, almost November, lawbreakers in Baltimore, you got about 2 months. And after that, I see it coming. Catalina Bird agrees with me. Zero tolerance coming. We'll lock up everything that moves. You stand on that corner for 10, 12 hours all day, you better have something else. By the way, the young man that we helped off the corner, he told me yesterday that he has started his process. So he's getting his GED and he's going to employment next. And so there are resources for people who want to get off the corner. If you need a job, if you need my help, I will help you get off the corner. 443-858-2684. Squeegee kids especially. We tired of people saying all of this crazy stuff. They talk about the squeegee kids on Fox. The same people telling you to vote for Question K. They talk about the squeegee kids every damn day. But the addicts in my alley, crickets. So, Michael Haney, go sit your ass down because you don't know what you're talking about. Got me revved up. You are a contradiction. See, when people write in all caps, you know you're getting under their skin. All caps means you're hollering, and I'm not going to have you hollering at me. I'm not even going to read that. Two of you for me, good try. There he goes yelling again. They can't read or write because you're not teaching them at home. All righty. So there you have it, 43 minutes of fun. Make sure you vote. Early voting kicks off tomorrow. Read the issues, go over it. They sent you a sample ballot in the mail. Open the damn thing up. It is not for eating crabs. Open it up. Get your glasses on. Read it. Who's running for comptroller? Barry Glassman versus Brooke Learman. Or you can write in someone. For Attorney General, General Anthony Brown is going up against a virtual no-name Michael Anthony Perutka. We expecting Anthony Brown to whip his hind parts. Chris Van Hollen versus Republican Chris Chaffee. You know, once we get this black governor, we're going to then need a U.S. senator because we have not had a U.S. black senator. And there's no black name being mentioned for the black senate because there's a seat that will be coming about soon. But so all you people want to talk this smack? When is the last time I voted? Are you serious? I'm a premier voting advocate, brother. Is this insulting? Judge Court of Special Appeals at large. Nobody knows all these answers, so do some homework before we get there. House of Delegates for in the 40th. Zuleika Bazemore, Marlon Ampry, Frank Conway, Melissa Wells. Hey, Marlon Ampry, I see you do a lot of tweeting. If people return phone calls like they tweeted, we'd be all right. I will say this to the millennials. Y'all on social media way too damn much. Knock on people's doors. Go do the damn work. Social media, you ain't Obama. And you ain't even did the damn work. So do some damn work first and stay off social media. That's what it should be. It should be a rule. If you haven't been in office 2 years, don't be on social media. You're on social media too much. Knock on people's doors, son. Go meet your neighbors. Go walk around your district. You can't tweet your way into something legendary. You got to do the work. That's the only way. And if you don't want to do the work, move to the side and we can find someone else like we've been doing since forever. But if you're going to do the work, do the work. And answer your damn phones. A lot of these people don't want to answer their phone. I remember a guy he was delegate 5 minutes. Oh, I can't talk till Wednesday. You are not that damn important with a part-time ass job. Pick up the damn phone before I come knock on your door, son. Politicians of the day in Baltimore know nothing about a Kenny Webster. Knew nothing about a Bob Clay. Now, that was the organizer. Bob Clay, Kenny Webster. When they knock on your door, they ain't playing with you. That's what these cats don't know, that we will knock on your door. They don't even know the old school. Know your politicians. Get their cell number. Get their email address. Contact them. Know who their secretary is or their administrative assistant. Who their point person is. You're trying to reach Kwesi, everybody know you got to find Anthony Jones. And everybody know if that don't work, you got to call Eric Lee Bryant. These people are busy. They back and forth to D.C. every day. Got a lot of stuff on their plate, so they're not just going to be able to take your call at any time. However, with ample notice, they will get back to you. And on that note, I want to say a big shout out to Jerome Stevens at Senator Cardin's office, because I would say at least for the 20 years I've been in business, Jerome Stevens has been a warm and wonderful servant to the people of Maryland. Originally from Louisiana, Jerome Stevens just had a press conference on Monday, getting the clergy involved in the vote. Big ups to Minister Reverend Jerome Stevens for all of his work in our community, particularly in terms of outreach to the churches. He has helped a lot of people and was one of the first early and strong supporters of Westmore for governor. All right, so we got one more ludicrous comment from this man. I wish he's not yelling, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do not like the financial sponsor of the term fine. You know what, Mike? Go put that up on your own damn show. See, keep your comments short. My name's Donnie Glover. I hope you have a wonderful day. Read what you're voting for. Open the paper up, research it, pull Google out. We got Google for finding all of the latest Kanye shoes, but we don't know how to look up who our delegate is. Did you know delegates got scholarships? I knew the delegate was. The delegates and the state senators, they got scholarship money. How you not going to know who they are? Your child needs some scholarship money, don't they? And then you got to teach your child to go and fill out the application. It's not your job as the parent. I'm going to end on this one quote. This is kind of controversial. I do believe in putting kids out at 18. I think we've gotten soft, and I think as a result, these children quite often don't know how to handle situations because we haven't trained them properly. Yeah, at 18, you're out. We ain't have no crippled people around here. Self-sufficient, stand on your own 2 feet. It ain't my job as your parent for you to like me. I don't care if you like me. But at 18, that's what my mother told me, you're leaving. At 17, I was gone. He's supposed to be hanging around there, hanging on your mama's nipple all these years, 30, 40 years old. Weak people. That makes a weak man. 18, college, military work. That's what it is. You laid around Why Scooby-Doo for 16, 17 years. Now it's time to pay the piper. Big ups to my friend Tia Chanel out in Detroit. Veteran. Went to medical school. Fought in Iraq. Went to medical school. Got an MBA. And now she's working on another degree out of Flint, Michigan. Big ups to all our veterans, all our soldiers. And to those good cops in blue who love the people. Them bad ones, well, they can go right over there with them people that sponsored this Question K legislation. Have a beautiful day. Good morning, world.